Welcome to our Capital Recovery Center, where we focus on two key concepts. How can we help you with your recovery today, and what does recovery mean to you? Tune in Tuesdays at 10 a.m. to our coffee and conversation meeting, and Thursdays at 1 p.m. to our All Recovery meeting. For updated information, follow our Capital Recovery Center Facebook page.
Hey. Welcome everyone. Once again, my name is Craig. I'm one of your recovery coaches here at Capital Recovery Center.
Good morning. Welcome to our coffee and conversation. My name is Karen, and I'm also one of your recovery coaches.
And so today we are here live here at the center. And once again, we are open to the public. Tell a friend, share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let them know that Capital Recovery Center here at 72 North Pearl Street, we're officially open. If you want to be a part of our hybrid virtual meeting and in-person meeting, please come see us.
Today is our Today's Tuesday, so today we are going to be here until 9 p.m. It's one of our late evenings, so drop by even after 4:30 to come visit us.
Mm-hmm.
Recovery on Wheels. This Wednesday is going to be out at Shiloh Market on 13 Roads Town Road from 10 to 2. Yeah.
All right, and so on Thursday, we're going to have our all recovery meeting at 1 p.m. So come check us out, be a part of what we're doing here in this great city of Bristol. All right, and so today what we have here, we're going to discuss, the name of this article is called Life After Drug Treatment. 6 reasons why an Aftercare plan for substance abuse works. Let me read that again. Life after drug treatment, 6 reasons why an Aftercare plan for substance abuse works. And this article is by burningtreeranch.com. And so we're going to share some with you guys, and we're going to begin to get into it. It says, what you do after you discharge from a drug or alcohol treatment center determines if you will relapse or stay sober. The transitional experience from drug and alcohol treatment to a life of sobriety is almost as important, if not more, than the inpatient experience at a treatment center. And I think that is so important because I remember when I was in the therapeutic peer recovery treatment facility, I completed the program, and it was, a 3-phase: main treatment, orientation, main treatment, and reentry. And so when I was getting ready to leave, the counselor told me that I was going to continuum of care. Now, mind you, I did at least about anywhere from 14 to 16 months there at the program. And so I'm saying to myself, I thought I just completed the program. I thought I was, done with it. But there is a thing they call continuum care, which we're talking about now. It's aftercare. It's all one and the same, different lingo, however you want to interpret the name. They all one and the same, such as the recovery center. Let me stop talking. Let me get back to this reading. All right. It is clear that the actions or clients take to their lives in integrity after discharge from treatment are the action which leads to a life of long-term sobriety. Addiction is a chronic disease, which means if left untreated, it will come back. Most successful addicts and alcoholics who recover and stay sober have found a way to continue to treat their disease. We were either treated with recovery center, such as this, actions or non-recovery center action, we are either moving towards recovery or towards relapse. That's so important. Either you're doing one or the other. And so for everybody, because a lot of times when we meet people and we try to give them some sobriety recovery tools, and we say, well, come to a meeting, come be a part of what we're doing. They say, some guy, not everybody, I did that already. I'm programmed out. But like the article says, it states that we are either moving towards recovery by coming to a meeting or being a part of what some recovery tools, or we are moving towards relapse. And so we encourage everyone to move towards recovery and not towards relapse. And aftercare programs help hold addicts and alcoholics in early recovery accountable to the commitments they made in an inpatient treatment center and keeps them moving towards recovery. They use the word accountability. All the good stuff that we tell the counselor, all the good stuff we say in groups, all the good stuff, they use the term fake it till you make it, and those are some terms that, myself, I didn't want to apply that to myself. I didn't want to be faking nothing. I want to make it. And so those are people who think like that, who talk like that. We want to hold you accountable. We want you to say, if you said that you're going to go out there and get on the straight and narrow, that's what we encourage you to do. And so what is aftercare? Aftercare is a component of addiction treatment that is designed to help addicts and alcoholics transition back into their lives outside of treatment. It provides a safe environment for people who have been discharged from treatment to apply and use the tools they've learned in drug rehab and to share about their success and failures along the way. Here at Capital Recovery Center, we have what we call Spotlight Recovery. And so what we do, we help to share, we help to celebrate those who are on the straight and narrow, those who are maintaining their sobriety, doing all that they can to be a better citizen and productive in society. And so we celebrate them every month. What is this, Karen? First Friday?
Yep, every first Friday of each month, there's a new person who we celebrate.
Mm-hmm. All month long, right?
Yes, all month long.
All month long. And so if you want to be a part of that, come aboard. All right? And so it says, it adds structure. It says, what is aftercare? It adds structure and accountability to a traditional sober living home and helps clients stay focused on the therapeutic and treatment activities they determine were necessary to treat chronic addiction and alcoholism. And so we also help people not only get into detox, residential treatment, but one of the important things people may be struggling with is accommodation. Accommodation is housing. And so we as recovery coaches here at Capital Recovery Center, we assist those with sober living housing and where they can be in a structured environment around their peers who are maintaining their sobriety and who are getting up in the morning or whenever time they have to go to work and restructuring their lives towards rebuilding their families, et cetera, et cetera. We got something Saturday. What's the name of that we do on Saturday, Karen?
So Saturday, we are beginning our family group meetings.
Yeah.
It's going to be held every third Saturday of each month. We just had our first one this Saturday that just passed. Yeah. And somebody shared their experience as being a mother who has a child who was struggling or is struggling. Mm-hmm. So if you also would like to join us, you can come by. We are going to share those flyers soon, right? And also share a calendar to give you an overall outlook of what we're going to do here at the center.
Yeah, and matter of fact, the young lady that y'all had here Saturday, her daughter called.
Oh.
And she wanted to speak to Mike, and she wanted to thank him and I believe both of you. But she asked for Mike, and so I know you are included because both of y'all was here with the young lady, and she just was so, because her mother spoke, she said her mother spoke about her while she was in her 22 years of substance use disorder, and that she just wanted to thank you and Mike so much for doing what y'all did Saturday by allowing her mother to be a person who was a big cheerleader, a big supporter of her daughter, and it just meant so much to her. I was like, wow. So I gave her the number so she talked to Mike. So he would share that with us when he get back. All right. Number one, part of the 6 recoveries, the 6 reasons why Aftercare program works. I'm gonna read one, and then I'm not gonna hog all the space. Karen, she would like to read one if you want to. All right, I'll start number 1, and we'll go from there. Number 1, continue chronic disease treatment through the steps. The most important reason to go to Aftercare is so you can continue work and treat your chronic disease. Alcoholism and addiction are chronic problems. If left untreated, relapse will happen. All too often, clients and families spend lots of time and money on treatment and therapy and ignore the recommendations for follow-up care. Aftercare ensures you are using the tools learned in treatment to stay sober. Are you doing the steps consistently? Are you connecting with your higher power? Are you keeping your channel to your higher power open by actively writing inventory? Are you doing service work and helping the newcomer? All of these questions are part of the steps in design to help you remain sober. So here at Capital Recovery Center, we have what we call an RMP, Recovery Management Plan. And that plan, Recovery Management Plan, consists of us brainstorming with someone who have maybe just left treatment, those who may be in early form of recovery, and that is to build on your strength. We as recovery coaches, we are what is looked upon as a mentor, or those who are peers of someone who is in addiction. And our goal is to further you along to see are you maintaining. And so we look upon your strengths and we work on your strengths. And then if there's any weaknesses, we'll deal with those weaknesses. Our goal is to change those weaknesses into strengths. All right? All right. So we're on number 2.
Number 2 is focusing on mental health. Is also very important. Many people who are addicts suffer from trauma, depression, anxiety, or other mental health issues. It's important to stay in contact with counselors, psychiatrists, and take medication as prescribed. Focusing on the requirements needed to treat your mental health problems can seem like an overwhelming task, especially for someone who is newly sober. Aftercare can provide accountability and helps you keep your mental health treatment on track. Successful clients stay active with all aspects of their recovery.
And so a lot of times people unaware, unbeknown to people who have many years of substance use disorder, they may not know that they may have some type of underlying mental health issues. And so, and a lot of times, if not treated or left alone it can stem from trauma. It's not always stem from an imbalance in chemical in the brain where one may have mental health issues. It can stem from, like the article says, from some type of trauma. And left untreated, people with substance use disorder and mental health have a tendency to mask it. And so when they say mask it, is to cover up the trauma, the pain, the hurt that one may have experienced.
They self-medicate.
Self-medicate. that's I couldn't say it even better. You know, self-medicate just to numb the feeling that one is experiencing. So we here at Capital Recovery Center, we are not no therapists. We do have a counselor here, Mike. He is CADC certified, and so. But when it comes to a psychiatrist and a therapist, we would recommend you seek that type of assistance. And so we can help you with that. So don't be afraid. Contact us here. We are here. We have a phone number. It might be scrolling across the screen. Look at that. Wow. How can we help you with your recovery today? 1-856-391-7449, 1-800-236-2448. All right, let's get back to what we're talking about. We're talking about life after drug treatment. 6 reasons why an aftercare plan for substance abuse work. We just did number 1 and number 2. Number 1 was continuing chronic disease treatment through the steps. Number 2, focus on mental health. And number 3 is accountability. Accountability is critical for people in early recovery. A well-managed aftercare program will provide parameters around how to show up, what activities need to be accomplished, and ensure you are following your discharge plan from your treatment center. That's very important. I just talked about RMP, Recovery Management Plan, and so we are here to help you maintain your accountability. Many alcoholics and addicts don't follow the discharge plan after treatment. All right. As a result, they suffer from untreated alcoholism. Aftercare provides a space for others to help you maintain accountable to a program and to yourself. And so it's very vital, especially in early recovery, because a lot of times we may think that we got it all figured out and that, that we ready to, hit a home run when we still might just be in training. We might have the training wheels on and it might take a while just to take the training wheels off. However, our goal is to help you get on your feet successfully. And then we're not here to look down upon anyone. Our goal is to sincerely to assist you through the process. And so give us a chance to work with you and we will give you all our undivided attention as possible. All right. So we're on number 4.
Number 4 is guidance. Guidance is equally important. The pitfall of an addict's impulsivity is often their downfall. The environment of aftercare gives you extra help to make the right decisions. For example, many people getting out of recovery will rekindle relationships with old using buddies or girlfriends or boyfriends. Clients often don't think about the repercussions of developing these relationships. Most clients have little experience navigating a sober life and they need help. With the right aftercare program, you will get the right kind of guidance and help to make the best decisions for your recovery.
Mm-hmm. The first sentence talks about the pitfalls of addict impulsivity is often their downfall. Our impulses. We think a lot of times that we got it all, like I said, all figured out, or from our past experience, or I can just do one, or I will be fine. And like the article also talks about rekindling old relationships, whether it be a girlfriend, old buddy that used to get high with. A lot of times when it talks about people, places, and things, I'm a big believer of that. That can have someone have a big setback in their lives, and like we always say, we're off to the races. When I say off to the races, is that once you take one hit, you back to the old behaviors as you once were prior to going to treatment. And so our goal is to assist you once you get out of treatment, to reassure you and let you know, say, listen, you still don't have it all figured out yet. And our goal is to help you to try to figure it out. And there's going to be a lot of hurdles and obstacles that one face, and frustrations may set in because things may not go as smoothly, as quickly as one may want them to go. But if you give it a chance, you work through the process, it will work out for your better good. But you have to be consistent with the treatment plan. Whatever treatment plan that was given, if the treatment plan is not good, as Mike would always say, then we might have to revisit that treatment plan. We might have to tweak it. What I mean by tweak it, we might have to do some adjustment. And so therefore, whatever you may be lacking in, you're not strong to pull through, let's work on the ones that you're able to pull through, and then we'll come back to the ones that you were struggling with. So number 5 talks about community. Community. If you leave treatment and go back to your normal routine, you will not have a support network or community to encourage you to stay on the right track. People, places, and things. All right? When you participate in an aftercare program, you'll be with like-minded individuals who want to get sober. And so the goal is to surround you with people who are doing the right thing, those who experience the same thing that you may have experienced, but found a way to overcome. And with support, but not with old people that you used to get high with, but new friends. And that is very hard, man, for people who have been using for a long time to create new friends. Because now you're not talking the same language, you're not behaving the same, you know, and so you're not going visiting the same places, and everything is new. And you may look at it like, oh, this person, you know, it's not exciting. And so the same crutch that we used before to make ourselves feel comfortable in a certain environment. So we may say, well, I may need some type of substance to have a good time. But believe me, you can have a great time without any substance, whether it be alcohol or drugs. It's just that your mindset, if we can change the mindset and the belief system that you can be around different people who doesn't use drugs, doesn't frequent places that you once frequent, and who can just enjoy life wholeheartedly, you will make it. All right. It says, even more, a qualified aftercare program will encourage you to get a home group at a 12-step fellowship where you can expand your support network and feel at home. Your home group also provides a platform from which to be of service to the newcomer. And so a lot of times, just by attending, I remember when I went to an NA program here on the street, here in Bristol, matter of fact, I really enjoyed it because even though it was a diverse group of people, whether it be age, ethnicity, what have you, or drug use or drug choice, what I liked about it was that people was in there sharing their stories, and some of the stories I was able to relate with, and a lot of the ones that I really took to heart was those success stories that they went from being a drug user into a productive citizen, and how they was able to encourage me and those that was in the group that if they could do it for X amount of years. I met men that was in the room and they was like 25 years sober. They have families, they have jobs, they have cars, and all this good stuff. And I said, wow, they can do it. I sure like to be like one of them. And sure enough, I don't have all a whole host of grand things, but I do have my sobriety, and so it feels good to wake up each day doing something productive and positive to hopefully make a difference in somebody's life. So we're on number 6, Karen, and I believe we can.
Yep, that's the thing I see in the orange.
Hmm.
So number 6 is helping you stay honest, open-minded, and willing. Maintaining cash register honesty.
Cash register honesty.
I was like, did I read it right? Honesty and spiritual honesty are challenges in early recovery. It's part of our development. Addicts and alcoholics have been dishonest for so long, it's difficult for them to learn to be honest. Aftercare accountability helps keep us honest. So it kind of like what Mike always says, you know, tell on it.
Yeah. Tell on it. If you're having a thought or a craving or inclination of that you want to use, Mike will say, tell on it. Tell somebody about how you're feeling, the thoughts that you're having, so that in that way you can alleviate that immediately before it festers into something where you act upon it. So tell on it. Yeah, it's good, Karen. Yeah.
So I'm just read this and then you can finish.
Okay, cool.
Staying open-minded to recovery principles when responding to the many emotions of early recovery requires that we keep an open mind and that we remain open to input from people like sponsors, therapists, and recovery peers.
Staying open-minded. Don't be closed-minded. You know, I remember when they said effective communication or body language is a communication, a form of communication. If you're able to read body language, certain body language, I'm not saying you're able to read all body language, but we used to have what we call EG. And EG stand for, when I was in the therapeutic community, they said they did away with it from what I understand. But when I was going through it, this EG stand for encounter group. And so what we used to do was to sit in a circle and we was encounter a person on their behavior. And that person that was in front of me, what I would do, I would encounter them, but that person had to sit receptive. And so sitting receptive means that one would have to put their hands on their knee, on their lap, while they receive the information. And now if a person did like this, that means that they are closed-minded. They're not receptive of what I'm trying to tell them.
That's interesting.
But if they sit like this, they are receptive to the information, and they have to be receptive if you're in an encounter group. If not, you will have to be removed from the group. But the goal is what I'm trying to say, staying open-minded. I like that. That was great. Maintaining willingness to participate actively in our recovery can ebb and flow in the early months after treatment. It can go back and forth smoothly in the early months of treatment. Aftercare accountability helps us stay the course even when we want to take a break. Often we don't give ourselves credit for the strength we have fulfilled commitments and continue on the path. Aftercare groups can help encourage us to stay willing. Whether you need help now or are reading this as a family member wanting to get someone you love help, think about all the dishonesty involved. It takes practice and willingness to break the attitude of consistently being dishonest. Aftercare with therapy, sponsors, and group meetings help you remain open-minded and honest with what is going on with you. And so, once again, we are recovery coaches. Like the article says, Aftercare with therapists. We advise if you need a therapist, a sponsor, any group meetings, we ask that you remain open-minded to these outlets because they are very helpful. It's all depending on your strengths that we can build upon. All right. And so Once again, I am Craig. I'm your recovery coach. Thank you for attending our coffee and conversation.
Thank you, Mike, for joining too.
Oh, Mike, hey, Mike, what's happening?
Shout out to Mike.
Shout out to Mike. Stay open-minded. I'll see you. Hello, team. All right, Mike, we'll see you later this afternoon.
Happy Tuesday.
Allegedly.